Welcome, everybody. It is our Sunday night team call. We are really excited about today. We have a guest speaker joining us in case you didn't see the post yet. So really fired up about that. And then we just really want to just celebrate again the unity, right? As we all build, as we all grow, moving towards an amazing 2018 and celebrations. So as I was just saying, just before I hit record, that Matt and I, you want to find those people that inspire you. You want to find that mentorship and really create that vision. And a couple weeks ago, I saw a post by Amber Wick, and it was a picture of her and Jason working together. And they literally had two desks that backed up against each other, and they were just working on each side of the desk, and it was just a post of how we start our day. This is how we start our communication. This is how we go through our flow. We share what we're up to, go through our to-do list together, and it inspired me, and I showed it to Matt. And then today Matt turns around and goes, if we were to move this and we were to move that, we could actually have that happen right now. So you really want to just take that, take whatever is in your head and do it now. At our October LDW, we were honored with a 20K president's team, executive president's team. Ryan Baker was actually up in Edmonton with us. And one of the things he said is do it now. And so that's when you have that inspiration, when you have that feeling, you have to take action on it now. Otherwise, what do? We procrastinate. And procrastination leads to more procrastination on a very constant basis because it just adds to the to-do list. So that's kind of exactly where we're at in our mindset right now, is really just a do it now kind of function. Want to have some celebrations. So you guys, this is your opportunity right now to really share. We've had a lot of really great posts on the page about new clients coming in, what people are doing. So I am going to popcorn. I'm actually going to start off with Amy. I'm going to popcorn you that we'd like to hear a celebration from you.
I'm down 3 of my 7 from Vegas. That's about my only success this week.
That's a huge success, because what is one thing that as coaches we get to do? We get to lead by example, right? So that is a huge success. So congratulations. Thank you for sharing with us. Do you want to popcorn someone else?
Sure, let me see. I'll do Penny.
Hi. I would say my success, yesterday I completely purged and got rid of a bag and a half of clothes that I don't wear. Clean up my room, which is something that needed to be done. And I went to the gym this morning before work.
Yay!
Great.
That's awesome. Penny, who would you like to popcorn?
Nicole Anderson.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Let's see. So today we had a shake party, and I managed to put a total of 3 people on trials for this week. That's probably my biggest thing this week so far.
That's huge. So 3 new potential clients. We've got 3 new clients because they're on trials, right? And we all know that 5-day challenge, people get amazing results, and generally more often than not, even if it's a no, it's never a no, it's not right now. So congratulations, Amy. Sorry, Nicole. I'm reading this other name. That's big, huge. Yes. Yay. What was one of the things you did at the shake party? So kind of share with us what your shake party looked like. How did you promote it? How did you get people there, and how many attended?
So we kind of did a group shake party. So it was all of the coaches in the area. So everybody had invited. No, I'm gonna hold it. This is Meredith, by the way. So yeah, Nikki kind of led it so that we could kind of see how one would go, kind of what the flow would maybe be. Everybody shared their stories. We got to share some awesome products, a lot of feedback on things that people were looking for. So that was super exciting. It's super exciting now that I've kind of seen how one goes and have one under the belt to be able to go forward and get some of my other clients maybe doing some as well, so we can kind of expand a little bit.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So that was the shake party. It was held at the club then?
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. And so then you guys, you sampled products, you just invited people there. So Nikki posted they had 30 attendees. How many of those attendees were yours?
9.
9. That's amazing. And 3 of them started on a trial.
Correct.
So that's 1/3. Like that's over 30% of the people that you invited there, right? So when we think of like 10, right, it's the power of the numbers. So that is just powerful. So excited. And all those other 6 that you invited, they're going to be watching now, right? And so when they see these other 3 people finish, the chance of them starting on in the future, they've now been introduced. They're just waiting for the time they're ready. So that's awesome. Congratulations, you guys. That's awesome. Does anyone else have a share they'd like to shout out? Nikki, you want to go? Yep.
Maybe if I can get this set up straight. Hi. Yeah, we have another new coach on the team. She just switched over from preferred member, which discounted client distributor today. Like she sends me the message and I was like, I didn't get the notification, but it didn't catch up with me. So I was really excited. So she just became a distributor. So it's super awesome. And yeah, we got a roll on the big second location, which opens up in 2 weeks. And we started demo in the nutrition club, which is going to be the smoothie shop. So lots of things happening and going on, which is really awesome. It's really cool to see everybody just jump in. I guess that's what we could say. It's just like there's no like who's doing what, where, when. It's just like, hey, this is what's happening. Who wants to help out or be a part of it? And it's really cool to see everybody come together for it. So, but yeah, so excited. New coach, new trial along with that as well. We have a big group with Melissa, and I think I know Jen. There's a bunch of us that have trials going start tomorrow. So Eat Clean Challenge is going awesome for this week. Go ahead.
So awesome. So awesome. You guys, so many great shares, so much energy on this team right now. I just love how everyone's really getting out of their bubble. Matt and I, so, we all think that just because, maybe we've got a team or we're good with customers that things are easy. No, they're not. So we struggle with invites when it comes to just going out and doing them, right? When you see the big post. So yesterday I was like, stop, we have to flyer this parking lot. So there we are. Taylor was napping in the truck. So we flyered a bingo hall yesterday. So we hit every car in the parking lot. And then I started flyering in the Costco. And so I'm like flyering in the Costco and I'm like sticking them in people's windshields and getting it out there and going to talk to people. And then just as I was putting one in someone's car, they hit their unlock button. And so their car like beep, beep, and like just says so just do it, right? Because even when you're uncomfortable, you can get more uncomfortable, I promise. But the thing was that it created so much energy. It created so much momentum in how we felt, our energy out through the day, and really that we were taking action on our goals. Right? We're taking action on our goals. And like flyering in parking lots doesn't generally always produce the most numbers, but it's the action in getting busy. It's the action of I'm getting uncomfortable. So that when you start those conversations on Facebook or when you do get into the store, you just flyer at 100 cars in the parking lot, standing there talking to the cashier at the till. It's just that much easier. So just encourage you guys that get uncomfortable and know that you're not alone in those things. It's just the action of doing that makes it stronger. So I am going to start off our call. We have an incredible guest speaker, you guys. She is such an inspiration. She has built a phenomenal business, and in the last year, her life is completely transformed, right? So one of the women that's inspired me for our photo shoots, this is her. I've loved watching her transformation. Every year she builds, goes with a new goal, and really gets dedicated and focused. And so I know that a lot of us on the team are like, I really want to maximize my results. But we also want to make sure that we're setting up our clients for success. And if you follow her on Facebook, if you follow her journey on Instagram, all of every week her transformations of her clients are just unbelievable. We've got one of them up as Jen is a brand new supervisor and she's in Alberta here, and even her transformation after babies. So this woman has not only had a baby in the last year, but she is, if I'm correct, she's actually at a lower weight than she was when she got pregnant. So she's lost all the weight and upped her results with having a baby. So I'm going to pass it over to the incredible, the inspirational millionaire team member, Leila Morgan.
Thank you, Anita. Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Thank you for those of you who, well, I guess both the States and Canada, it's President's Day weekend here in the States, and then it's family weekend, Jen just told us, in Canada, and you just mentioned it as well. So thank you for taking time away from your loved ones to join on this call. And I'm so honored to share my story and my journey and what has worked for me in terms of my own personal health results as well as for my business. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, Juanita, for this opportunity. I'm so excited. So for those of you who I haven't had the chance to meet yet, my name is Leila Morgan, and I've been a part of Herbalife for 7 years. I'm currently a millionaire team member on her way 7.5 and president's team very, very soon. I started Herbalife actually for the business opportunity. I'll share my story with you first, and then I'll go into my results and everything. But I started Herbalife for the business opportunity 7 years ago, September of 2010. I knew that there was an opportunity to make extra income. I was a laid off teacher for a couple of years, and I wanted to get something in the meantime before I went off to law school, which was actually my ultimate goal ever since I was a child. And I found Herbalife in the interim. I said, okay, this will be cool if I do this part-time as I'm studying for the LSAT and applying for law school. And who knows, maybe it'd be really cool if I make, an extra $500,000 a month when I get into law school. So as you know, your results are everything in terms of having you succeed in this business. So I got on my nutrition program, and I was really, really excited to get on my nutrition program because I struggled with my weight my entire life. I say I was a cute kid until I was probably about 4 years old. And then, that extra food and, we were a little bit lower income family. So we really relied on fast food to keep us full and to make it, last longer and as cheap as possible. And I'm half Filipino, so my side of the family eats rice with every meal. And then I'm half Moroccan, so that side of the family eats bread with every meal. That's a lot of carbohydrates. So that led to me getting up to a size 13 at 10 years old. And I was really self-conscious about my body, and it was really hard growing up. I remember being like 12 years old, worked at a dental office, and I would go hang out there during the summer vacations, and I would literally have the magazines that they had in the waiting room and rip out secretly. I'm not kidding. I remember this. Rip out the diet pill ads that they would have in the magazines, this little 12, 13-year-old girl. And, my parents, they're from different countries. We didn't really practice a healthy, active lifestyle. My brother was a stick growing up, and, he was in sports, and I just wasn't that active. And I guess my metabolism wasn't as fast. And so growing up, it was really, really tough. And in college, I saw a nutritionist, and I tried everything to get all the resources that I could. I even ran a full marathon thinking that the training would help me, but I still didn't have the plan. Like Herbalife has the plan. I didn't have that. So when I started Herbalife, it was just like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been looking for my whole life, not only to understand and get educated living a healthy, active lifestyle, but also literally have my coach give me a plan that I could have on a daily. 2 months, I lost 12 pounds. That was so huge for me because it was something that I never was able to do last 12, 15 pounds. And it gave me the confidence in the product. I was telling everybody. I called my girlfriends. I told my mom. I was just so excited to have everybody jump on board. And so my first month, I was able to get and really loving the products, having that before and after photo. And even before I had the before and after photo, because I came in for the business opportunity, I was just talking. To people. I'm like, I found it. I was using my coaches before and after photos, people that I met in Herbalife, their before and after photos. So I say that to share with you, it doesn't matter where you are at today. If you've been in Herbalife for a month, a year, 5 years, use other people's photos if you're not completely confident with your own results while you work on your results, and have people join you in your journey. Remember when I was first starting, I didn't have the to hook people on and say, wow, it really worked for Leila. So I said something like, I want to lose 10 pounds, join me, become my accountability partner. So it kind of took the pressure off of me to be the know-it-all coach and to have that transformed body. And it was like, let's do this together. So I really started to have my client base grow, learn how to take care of them. And within that first year, I reached the level called Active World Team. And for me, that was huge because I saw that it was possible to move up in the company. I saw that it was possible to inspire people to get healthy and to also have the vision of starting this business as well. Well, that same summer, I heard back from UCLA Law School. That was my dream school that I had always wanted to get into. And a lot of people don't know this story because when you're on stage at an Herbalife event, you have 90 seconds to tell your story. So I love these intimate calls because I can tell you the longer version. But I didn't get into a lot of schools for law school. And I actually got waitlisted for UCLA. So I was like, I'm a failure. And I thought Herbalife was going to be my plan B. I was like, if I don't get into law school, okay, fine. I'll do this Herbalife thing, whatever. And turned out I actually heard back like 2 weeks before orientation was supposed to happen for law school. So this was summertime of my first year in Herbalife. And the dean himself called me from UCLA Gold, and he was like, we want you. We're excited to have you come in for the official interview, blah, blah, blah. And I was actually working the LA Nutrition Club at the time. I remember this like it was yesterday. I was so excited that I got into this school because, when you have a goal and you've had it for years and years and years, you can't help but be excited. But I really didn't tap into if that was my dream or if it was my parents' dream or if it was society's dream. And so I got the call. I was excited. The first person I called was my dad. He was super excited for me, and I was daddy's girl, and I wanted him to be super proud of me. And then I called my boyfriend at the time, and I told him about it, and he was like, well, why do you want to go? And no one had ever asked me that question. And so I love sharing this part of my journey because I'm sharing my story, but hopefully you're thinking of your life and relating it to your goals and dreams and your path and your future with Herbalife or whatever other passion that you have along with it. But I love sharing this part because a lot of the times in society, we're so on autopilot with what we're doing. And we have a goal that we might have set when we were 12 years old, and we didn't understand why we even set that goal or the actual work that would take to get that goal, but then also the reality of what that career or whatever it is would look like. For example, I wanted to be a lawyer. And when I made that decision when I was 10, 11, 12 years old, I was thinking of the shows Law and Order, and I'd be able to dress up and go to the court every day and like be this bad businesswoman winning cases and stuff. And when it came to the reality of it, that's way the opposite of what being a lawyer actually it is. It's a lot of paperwork, and you rarely actually go to court for these cases. So I had to take a step back, and I had to ask myself, well, why did I want that goal in the first place? Now I'm 24. I was 24 years old at the time when the school called me, and I said, I have to think about my future. So the question that I love that a woman had asked me when I was making this decision, she said, whatever you choose, imagine your life 10 years from now. Based on whatever you choose today, what is it going to lead for you in your life 10 years from today? Right? So back then, it was like 2011. And I said, okay, if it's 10 years from now, I'm going to be 34. I'm going to be married. I want kids. how is my life going to look like when I'm there? And I remember I've always wanted to be a mom. Always, 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 always wanted to be a mom. If anyone knew me, I was like, 17 talking about, oh my God, when I get married, I'm gonna be 25, I'm gonna have 5 kids. Well, that didn't happen, but that was my thought process. And so immediately I said, I'm gonna have like 2 or 3 kids, but who's gonna take care of them? If I'm a lawyer, I'm probably gonna be working 70, 80, 90 hours a week. So I'm gonna have to put my kids in daycare, or my parents are gonna watch them. And what am I gonna be doing? Immediately my heart knew the answer. And for those of you who know Jill Addy, she is my direct sponsor. Her and her husband Mark brought me into the business. And when I came into Herbalife, they had one daughter at the time. And I remember just seeing her all the time, being able to come to the nutrition club with her daughter, leave whenever she wanted, go and pick her up from daycare or from the nanny that was watching her for a couple hours, take her to preschool, whatever. And now they have 3 kids, and I've seen her be able to be not only a mom, but a powerful, powerful businesswoman, an amazing wife where she gets to build this business with her husband. And I knew that's what I wanted back then. So I made the decision. It was a very, very hard decision in my head. My heart knew the answer completely, and it was so easy in my heart. But my head, I knew that it was hard because I was on one path for however many years to do this one goal, to go to law school. And now at 24 years old, I'm taking the other fork in the road. And it was more so disappointing people like my dad, other people that honestly at the end of the day have nothing to do with my life, right? Like friends, family, in terms of living the life that I wanted to live. So I had to really suck it up and just say, Leila, this is what you want. Stand true to who you are. Stand true to what you want. Because at the end of the day, it's your life that you're going to be living. It's your pillow that you're going to be laying your head down on, and your future kids that are going to be relying on you to be the mom that you say you want to be for them. So I emailed the dean that night and I said, thank you, but no thank you. And I remember I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to send it. I'm going to send it. And I'm sitting there like, okay, I'm going to press enter. And my boyfriend at the time was like, just send it. So I sent it, and it was like this huge weight lifted off my shoulders. Like, oh my gosh, I just made the biggest decision of my life. And it kind of just killed off all plan Bs, plan Cs, plan whatever. When I thought Herbalife was initially going to be my plan B, but when I was presented with opportunity to go with what I thought was my goal of being a lawyer, I realized that Herbalife was always the plan. I didn't grow up, thinking of being an Herbalife distributor. Like, I didn't know Herbalife existed till I was 24 years old. Like, it was never my passion, like in school as a 10-year-old, I'm going to be an Herbalife distributor. Hopefully our kids will do that one day. But, it just fell into my lap, and it was something that was such a big blessing. So I made that decision. I told the people that it mattered to tell, my dad, and he was like, what are you doing? And had the not the worst reaction, but he was like, you're gonna sell shakes? Like, what, instead of being a lawyer? And I told him, I said, Dad, just give me 3 years. I said, it takes 3 years to graduate from law school. I'm going to do 3-year Herbalife University. And my goal is to make as much money as I would, if not more, than if I just graduated from law school without the 6 figures of debt. And so I just went hard. So I think, thinking about my experience and my journey, I cut off anything that was keeping me to go full first with Herbalife. Now, I know we don't have the time to go through every single one of your goals and dreams with this company or with this life, but I am very sure that you're here on a Sunday night, on a holiday weekend, and that means to me that you have some pretty big goals with Herbalife. And a big goal with Herbalife is even making $2,000 or $3,000 a month. Because if you want to make $2,000 or $3,000 a month easy, like it comes in no matter how many clients you have every single month, that's Get Team. That's a global expansion team business. And so I would just really reflect on your life. Like, what is it, if I've been in Herbalife and I haven't hit the levels that I've hit, that I wanted to hit, what has been holding me back? What plans do I have that are keeping me from going full force? What excuses, what voices, what demons are there that are telling me I can't do this because, or I don't want to do this because? So that was that for me. And I'm telling you, when I made that decision, I went full force. I went to Mark and Jill and I said, I made this decision. You got to help me get to Mill Team like in 2 years. We got to go, because I got to prove this to myself. I got to prove this to my dad. I have nothing else. And we did it in 2 years. I was able to hit the millionaire team level. My why back then was to retire my dad. He owned his own business, a small business, and he worked in downtown Stockton in Northern California, a very, very violent area. And, people around him were always getting shot or burglarized or whatever. And so we were really scared for his life. And I got to retire him after I hit the millionaire team level. So he's been retired for a couple of years and he feels amazing and is, full-time husband, full-time grandpa. And I would just say that your why has to give you that drive, that no matter what. And today, as Juanita mentioned, I have a baby now and he's my why, and it just changes. I started the business when I was 24. Now I'm 32. And you're going to reinvent yourself with Herbalife, and you're going to have different passions and different people that come into your life, and just constantly stay on your toes with your results, with your passion, with your excitement, because however you feel when you talk about this business is what people are going to get. They're not going to receive your words, right? We talk and talk all the time. I was watching a movie the other day and they said that men say on average 17,000 words a day and women say 20. And I talk a lot, if you haven't noticed, but we say 20,000 words a day. So words typically don't mean much. And we always hear like, it's not about what you say, it's how you feel about what you say. You can't pretend that you love this company. You can't pretend that you love the products. And if you just stay relevant to yourself over and over again, you're going to be able to bring in the clients that want to get the results like you've gotten. You're going to be able to bring in the team members that want to get the income results that you've gotten. Like, for example, Nikki, she's been sharing a lot on these group calls that we've been having once a week, and she fires me up every time she talks about these clubs. I'm like, damn, I need to go out to St. Louis, Missouri, or wherever she's at, and go to these clubs, because she's so excited, right? That's why all of these distributors are signing up on her team. You got to be excited about what is up and what you're going for. And sometimes we think, well, dang, I don't have a nutrition club, or I haven't lost the 10 pounds that I wanted to lose yet, or this isn't yet happening. That's okay. Talk about what's gonna happen. Like, we don't have a nutrition club yet, but we're gonna get one, right? So I'm just talking to everybody. I'm like, oh my gosh, you gotta join us now, because just wait, we're gonna have this club opening. We're gonna have a crazy boss mom movement in the area. We're going to have tons of people working this club. So people are going to get excited from your vision and your belief. So that's a little bit of my story. Today, I would say it's just surreal, just working hard. 7 years later, I quit law school in order to be the future potential mom I wanted to be, and to be able to be a powerful businesswoman and have my own money and be able to contribute to my household financially. And to look now into the present. I met my husband through Herbalife. He's actually a millionaire team member outside of my organization. I met him at a success training seminar out here. And then we had our son, and he's 6 months old. And I can tell you that it has been the best experience to be able to be there, not have to worry about maternity leave and going back to a job, be there, be present with my baby every single day, be able to communicate with my team, my clients, They knew I had a baby. They were very patient with me and very understanding if I couldn't get on every single call, or I had a crying baby in the background, but I never ever have missed any of his milestones. Every single day I'm with him, and I make him a part of my journey. Like if you go on my Facebook or my Instagram, or you look at my daily story, it's all about him. It's all about how now I'm a mom. I'm a woman who is a mom who is on her own health results and also building her own business. So I I had him, and I was able to lose 60, now it's 64 pounds down. And I hit this 60-pound mark at 5 months postpartum. So people were just watching my journey. And I remember I was so transparent. I told everyone I gained 58 pounds during my pregnancy, and I took my products the entire time. I was active the entire time. I don't know if I needed to gain that much weight, but I did have my treats for sure. I definitely took that into account, but it just melted off. And it's so amazing how we have these amazing products that just totally get healthy. So I'm down 64 pounds, and I wanted to share how I got those results post pregnancy. So for those of you who have had kids, it definitely is cautious for you to have the caffeinated products. So I have the herbal tea concentrate once a day. Now I kind of have it once or twice a day because it's still under 200 milligrams of caffeine. So I have that every morning. I have my Herbalife shakes for sure. I have them twice a day, 2 scoops protein drink mix, 2 scoops Formula One. The first 5 months of my postpartum journey, I really honestly didn't work out in terms of in the gym as much as I wanted to. So this was pure nutrition, like pure nutrition, just eating right, focusing on having the nutrition products and my nutrient timing. So so I had that. I have the shakes, the protein bars, the beverage mix, Herbalife line, and then I also still take a prenatal vitamin, but you could obviously do your multivitamin. So I don't do the total control or the lift off or anything because of the caffeine intake, but that's pretty much my plan. It's a simple plan. What I do with it, to be very, very honest with you, I actually do macro dieting. I don't know if anyone knows what that is, but macro dieting is where, for example, we go on our Go Herbalife site and we have the wellness profile that tells us how many calories to eat a day. Well, macro dieting is actually the same exact thing, except you're focusing on how much protein to eat per day, which is what we always focus on, how many carbs to eat per day, and how much fat to eat per day. So that's what I focus on. I have a certain number that I hit every single day, and it's been a slow, sustainable fat loss calorie intake for me. And then just yesterday, I changed my plan to maintenance. So now I'm maintaining my weight and really focusing on muscle building. So now I am going to the gym 2 to 3 times a week, completely lifting. I haven't done cardio at all, you guys, at all. So cardio is cool, but you typically don't need it if you're eating right and you're building a lot of muscle to burn the extra calories throughout the day. But I lift 2 to 3 times a week. And then I also qualified for that, the Kickstart promo. So I got all the cool Herbalife gear in the mail with the lifting bands, or the what are they called? The little bands that you can work out with. So I have those. And I'm going to make sure that I actually get 2 home workouts in. So mind you, this has been definitely challenging because I have resistance bands. Thanks, Vanita. I have my 6-month-old baby, but I'm not using him as an excuse. So what I would suggest is, if you have a goal that you're going for, really include the people around you in your circle and have them hold you accountable. My husband is my #1 supporter, and he makes it easy because he's actually a bodybuilder. So he's training for a show right now, and he's super on point. So in our household, we meal prep, We take our products, we take turns going to the gym. So literally, today I woke up, we all woke up, I went to the gym first, then I came home, then he went to the gym. And then I meal prep in the evening. If I do have time a little bit, I'll meal prep during the day. If the baby's cooperating, I'll put him in his little bumbo chair on the kitchen counter or while he's sleeping. Crock-pot is our best friend. Literally, just throw the chicken in there, a jar of salsa, some beans, whatever, and it's done. I always have like chicken tacos. That's my go-to. I'll just get like low carb tortillas or yellow corn tortillas, shred up some chicken, put salsa, a little bit of fat-free or low-fat cheese, and some plain non-fat Greek yogurt. And then that's what I'll be eating as a sour cream substitute. It's bomb. So your meal plan does not have to be extravagant. This more simple that you do it, it's going to be the best. I pretty much have the same stuff every day. We go to Costco for our protein. We have tons of ground turkey, tons of chicken breast, brown rice. We buy the frozen veggies so we can just put it all in a pot and then just go to town with it. We obviously have our shakes. I eat bagels, you guys. Like, you don't have to be like super strict with your diet. Only eat chicken, broccoli, brown rice, chicken, broccoli, brown rice, chicken, broccoli, brown rice shake. Like, you can switch it up. Like just a couple minutes ago, I had a French toast bagel with cinnamon brown sugar cream cheese, but it fit in my diet. So you get to have fun too. Just don't go overboard. Be in moderation, of course. So how I prep my food, that was one of the other questions that I had. Like I said, it's just super simple. I even do, I love Mexican food. Chicken enchiladas are bomb, and they last forever. I'll just make like 10 at a time, and one is filling enough for me. Sandwiches, turkey, chicken breast sandwiches, salads. I love salads. I made some firecracker salmon and broccoli and brown rice tonight for dinner. So as long as you're ahead of the game with your meals, you'll never fail. Just as your coaches always tell you, don't leave the house unprepared. If you have a full-time job, if you're going somewhere, definitely make sure the night before or the week before, you're constantly prepping your meals. And I know this probably sounds like first grade material, but you guys, if we're not doing it, how can we expect our clients to do it? Right? We gotta lead from the front because it's energetic. Even if you don't show your food to your clients or you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, they know. It's just like your kids. They know what their coach is doing. So make sure that you lead from the front. In terms of workouts as well, like I said, I do 2 to 3 times a week, and then I always work it around my baby. There was a new thing that I did with him the other day. He is a huge boy. He's 6 months old. He's, I want to say, almost 19 pounds. I'll actually do sit-ups with him. So I'll like be holding him like this, and then I'll bring him up and then scrunch my legs together with my stomach and then bring him up and then give him a kiss. Oh my gosh, my abs were on fire. Okay. So definitely do cool things with your kids. Go to the park, run around with them. At-home workouts, get the resistance bands. They're amazing. So with my crazy schedule of having my baby, I'm a full-time mom. My husband works full-time as well, 9 to 5. So I'm home all alone with my baby every single day. My mother-in-law comes to help me once a week. I definitely work Herbalife around him. So on a weekly basis, I have set calls with my team members. We have, the way that I've built my business is definitely 5-week challenges. That has been my go-to for the last 5 years, where they're all online. And we're so excited to actually have a local nutrition club and a local challenge that we're going to be doing. But it never fails. It's always scheduled out. I know in order to build my business, I'm always going to have a challenge basically every month and a half. So I constantly invite people to that. It's a great retention tool for my clients, but it's also a place that I invite non-clients. And so they get really excited to join this challenge. We have a private Facebook group. We do different topics. This challenge that we're doing now, we used to do challenges of the week within the challenge. Like run a mile this week or post your gallon challenge this week. But now we have daily challenges where every single day there's something new for them to do in the challenge. So it keeps them focused, it keeps them up to beat and getting more and more results. In terms of my DMO, every day I focus on getting at least 10 messages out, because I'm not personally, I'm not able to go out and meet 10 people a day with my son. It's just not going to happen. I'm going to not make that as an excuse, but also use my social media as my way to meet people. So I've actually downloaded a couple of apps where it helps me meet other moms. So for moms out there, there's an app called Peanut, like the nut, and it actually ties you with other moms in your local area. So every single day, I focus on sending out 10 messages to moms, and it's just like Tinder. You could actually swipe to like a mom, and you can see her profile, like how old her kids are, if she's into wine, if she's into fitness, what else, if she's into partying or whatever. So I love wine. I love fitness. I don't party. I'm a homebody, but I love all those. So I'll just like and swipe, and I've been able to meet really cool moms, and it's a great way for me to network. And I have my before and after photo of my kids on there, or my son, and then my body throughout the last 6 months. So find a way, if you're in a job all day long, or if you're with your kids, find a way where you can use the internet, your technology, to get your messages out there, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, a cool app like Peanut or whatever. How I help my team to do the same thing. Like, if you are excited to grow your business and to really move up the marketing plan, you got to recruit team members. You got to get distributors every single month. You got to find people that want to do what you want to do. Your best coaches are typically in your client base right now. You will have, like I have, so Juanita mentioned Jen. So Jen, she is my new supervisor this past month. She's a qualifying supervisor this month. I met her via Facebook. We were both pregnant at the time, and I had this Facebook group called Fit Mamas and Fit Mamas to Be, and I invited her to this group, and she goes, "Okay, cool. Is this Herbalife? I don't want to do Herbalife. Like I just want to be a part of the group." I said, "Yeah, no problem. It is Herbalife, but it's not all about Herbalife. We just want to support each other to be healthy, fit moms." So she has her baby a month after I do. She starts to join a 5-week challenge. She says, "Oh, I don't want to do Herbalife. I don't want to do Herbalife." I said, "You don't have to do Herbalife. Just do the challenge." And then finally, a month later, she goes, "All right, what's this Herbalife? Like, I want to do this Herbalife. Give me the Herbalife." I said, "Okay, no problem." So she's in Canada, by the way. So then she gets on the products and she loves it. She gets even better results. And then she's like, "Well, I might as well sell it. I love it." And then she becomes a distributor. And she's like one of my heavy hitters right now. So I tell her too, because she's like, "Well, dang, like I want people to start on the program. I want people to become a distributor." I said, "Jen, it took you 7, 8 months to even say yes to Herbalife products." So the biggest thing is you want to be patient with people, and you don't want to burn bridges with people who say no right now, because no means not right now. It doesn't mean forever. And it's important for you to not have that attitude with them. Like, what do you mean? Like, this is the best thing ever. Oh, bump you. I don't want anything to do with you anymore. It's really important to say, "Great, no problem." Because if you know Herbalife, you know that they're going to get better results with Herbalife, and they're going to continue to see you get better results, and the people that you bring in get better results. So it's important for you to just stay on it, but keep them around, like, "Hey girl," or "Hey dude, how you doing?" And just check in on them. So another thing is also for the people that are ready to go all in, for those of you who are ready to go all in, I definitely take them under my wing. So I have 4 distributors right now that I'm taking under my wing, that I told them, I said, "If you're ready, if you're committed, I'm going to get you to Active World Team this year." If you want to play the game, if you want to get on weekly Zoom calls with me, read the personal development books, because I also want to hit, I want to hit Active World Team again. I know I'm Millionaire Team, but I want to hit it again. So I said, I need new supervisors. So all these people were, all 4 of them said, yes, I'm in. And it's going to be a big game that we're going to be playing. And our first Zoom is actually this upcoming Wednesday. So I would say if you're excited to build a team, you got to be the best distributor first. Go to your mentor, have them help you with whatever you need help. Show them that you're ready, that you're committed. Promote to them that you have new people you're talking to. Don't have them chase you. You chase your mentor, okay? Because your mentor is going to support you even better if they know you're in action. We're not going to, pull anybody up the marketing plan. It's, you got to want it bad for yourself first, then more than anything. So that's what I've been doing pretty much up to present day. And we have a nutrition club in the making. So I will keep you guys updated on that. Maybe we'll be on a future call or something together. And it's definitely outside of my comfort zone because, like I said, I'm a new mom and it's going to be a crazy schedule, but I think it's also going to give routine to me and my son. And it's going to be so fun because I love local business and I love hugging people and I love being there with people on a daily basis. So I hope my share was helpful for all of you today. And really, thank you so much for having me. And I'll pass it back to Juanita.
Awesome. Wow. Thank you so much, Leila. Your story is just, it's empowering and it's beautiful. And I just love how you communicate. I actually took a lot of notes just on the language you used and just, the hopeful and the vision and the team, the unity. It's beautiful. So we're going to open up for questions. If you guys have some questions, please, raise your hand, come off mute. One that I have is you talked about macro dieting. And so now, is that how do you determine your macros? And then is that what you put your clients on right away? Or do you start them with something a little more simpler?
Good question. So personally, that's what I'm on 7 years into my plan. I didn't start macro dieting till I want to say like a couple years ago. I actually have my husband help me with my macros. And we also use this website called avatarnutrition.com. And that actually does the macro counting for you. It's really, really cool. You pay like $10 a month for it. It's kind of like MyFitnessPal. So I use that as well. I do not get my clients on macros. I have one client on macros, and it's because she's ready for it. She's been on her plan for like a year. But with your clients, keep it simple. And the reason why I want to keep it simple is because, number one, you want them to get results and to keep it simple for them so they're not intimidated. 2 shakes a day, 2 healthy snacks, 1 healthy meal. That's it. And they're going to get results. But also, your client, like I said, might be your future distributor. Your client is going to do with their people what you did with them, right? So if you make it all complicated and you're like, go to avatarnutrition.com and do this and do that and macros and this and that, they're going to be like, oh my God, I can't do what you do. You're like this crazy trainer person when you're not, like you're like an everyday person too, but you want coaching to look so simple, because it is. And you want them to say 2 shakes a day, 2 healthy snacks, 1 healthy colorful meal. That's it. And then you have your clients who are like, they're like, I'm ripped, I want to get even more ripped. And then you can dig into your bag of goodies and give them some extra nuggets.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Now, do you because like I use MyFitnessPal, and so when you do, I think a lot of people on this call themselves as coaches are all, I know Nikki gets asked a lot of questions about macro dieting because that's what, coming out of like the bodybuilding, right? Now, what would be your ratio? Like, is it 50% protein for the results that you have?
Oh my gosh, let me see. I don't even know. Hold on. I'm like, what is it that I do? It is basically 50% carbs, 25% fat, 25% protein.
Okay.
That's what I do. But then 2 years ago, I was on like 60% protein, 20% fat and 20% carbs. So if you're brand new to macro dieting, if Nikki's your coach, that's a plus because she knows all about that. If she's busy or if she's not your coach, then go to Avatar. It's awesome. It tells you what macro dieting is, why macro dieting. You can choose slow, sustainable fat loss, which is what I chose because I'm exclusively breastfeeding. So I didn't want to ruin my milk supply. And I didn't want to lose weight too fast, although I would say 64 pounds down in 5.5 months is actually pretty fast. But you can do moderate fat loss and you can do rapid fat loss, which I totally don't recommend because you'll lose a lot of muscle that way. And then you can do maintenance, which is what I'm on. You can do reverse dieting, which explains what reverse dieting is. You can do muscle gain. It's so cool. I would just say, disclaimer, do not do macro dieting if you haven't been doing anything at all. Don't go 0 to 100. Like, oh, I've been eating whatever I want. Okay, I'm ready. I'm going to go macro dieting. Like, no. 2 shakes, 2 snacks, 1 colorful meal. Do that until you plateau or you're in a routine or you feel like you're ready, because macro dieting, it also is a lot of work. I love it. It's like a game. But you got to be on MyFitnessPal. You got to weigh your food raw. You got to measure it and all that stuff. And if I can do it with a 6-month-old, you can definitely do it too. But I would just say start simple first.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
Sexy. we don't use the stupid when we say kiss. So keep it simple, you guys. And I love that it's 2 shakes, 2 snacks, 1 healthy colorful meal. And that's really what we get to do as coaches. And even if you do choose to macro, that's still the same thing. Like you heard Leila say, like she's still doing 2 shakes a day. She's just playing with a little bit more so that she can, have the bagel and the cream cheese and see where it fits in her day. So really keep it simple, have fun with it. Does anyone else have some questions? We've got some more time here. So if you guys have questions, raise your hand, come off mute.
I got one for you. Hold on. I'm chewing too. Probably not the right time to ask this question. Hold on. Okay. Sorry, it feels like I'm like starving chicken down my face right now. Okay, so question. Brand new person comes to you, right? So there are some of, I know everyone kind of goes through this, but there are some new coaches who are on the line and who are listening in. So coming from someone who's been working on yourself as far as your meal plan, right? You've been doing that consistent for years now. And some of these ladies, and then some of them, they're getting their husbands on board too. They're not as lucky as like some of us who already have husbands or boyfriends or whoever that are like in the mix of eating healthy, right? So they have that trouble area of trying to grab the other half on board or whatever the case is. So you get a new client and they're like, they get their trial. What is, in describing your meal plan to them? Because obviously, like we said, if it's not always no, it's just not right now, right? So what do you say to people who are, what's your comeback to? They're like, they don't respond. They don't, they don't say follow through on their Eat Clean challenge, or they don't respond back to you when you check in with them, and so forth. So obviously you've told them your story. You're super excited because a lot of these ones on the line are listening are brand new. So outside of coming from their actual coach or like myself or Juanita or Penny or anybody who's on the line, coming from an outsider in, what is your response, or what do you do in reaction to no one's response to you or that they don't follow through?
Which happens a lot, by the way. Even
it does. It happens all the time.
Yeah. Okay. So for someone who did an Eat Clean challenge that doesn't follow through or doesn't respond, like they just don't respond. They're not answering your messages. You see that they saw a Facebook message, but they're not answering. What I do is I learned from, I don't even know who I learned this from, someone in Herbalife. I learned the 3-strike rule. So I'll reach out to them, number one. So say we had our follow-up call and say we did a follow-up call. So say hypothetically, we did a follow-up call and they're like, yeah, let me just check my budget, or let me talk to my husband or whatever, and they just never get back to you, or you even message them or call them, they never get back to you. I would do the first strike is when you tried already. So that's number one. You already tried to get back to them. So now you have 2 more times that you're going to reach out to them. Number one, you're going to reach out to them via message. And I recommend doing it Facebook because you can see if they saw it, if they read the message. But you can say something like, hey, Nikki, happy Sunday. Just checking in with you. I'm super excited to support you to lose the 30 pounds that you said you wanted to lose. Congrats again on losing the 5 this past week. Is there anything that you have questions about before we get started on your plan? So ask a question so that they're inclined to respond. If they don't respond, again, then the third strike is pretty much the I'm here for you, but bye. So it's like, hey, Nikki, it might be, say, a week later. Hey, Nikki, happy Sunday. Hope all is well. I just wanted to reach out to you one last time. I'm here for you. If you have any questions, let me know. If it's about budget, we can totally make it work. But the door is totally open. I'm excited to work with you when you're ready. And then that's it. And you kind of just let them be. And I would also recommend, hopefully you have some type of retention group that they're a part of where they see what you're doing on a daily basis, or they kind of get some goods. Like, we used to have this Facebook group where we would add leads to. They start on trial packs. They didn't start on trial packs. They were just in challenges. And we would post stuff in there every now and again. So the people who were dead leads, like they started on a trial pack a long time ago, or they just never said, yes, I want to start a plan, you're still in their environment. And when they're ready, they are ready to get a hold of you. So that's one way you can have like some type of Facebook group with all your leads. Another way is just make sure that you get on all their social media. So when you have someone start an eClean challenge, or you meet somebody, make sure that they follow you on Instagram if they have one, or if you have one, they follow you on Facebook, because you're going to keep showing up on their feed. And then when they are ready, they're going to be able to get a hold of you.
Perfect. Last question. I know we got to go. So last question for you, Mama. What's your downfall? What triggers the downfall of eating anything you want right now?
What triggers it? Like,
what triggers? Like, if you wanted something and you just went overboard, what's your go-to?
Oh, pizza.
Oh, see.
Pizza. All the way. Okay, so there's a place out here. I don't know if you guys have it, but it's called Blaze Pizza. Or Mod Pizza. They kind of mirror Chipotle, where you go in line and then you can pick all your toppings, but it actually fits in my macros. They have a macro calculator on their app.
Why can't emos have this next to us? No.
So when we want pizza, I mean, it's not the best pizza, because I would kill BJ's Pizza, which is deep dish pizza, or even Round Table. I love Round Table, but I haven't had it in so long. Even Costco pizza. But whenever we go to Costco, we found out it was 700 calories a slice. We're like, oh my God, we're never having that again. But Blaze Pizza, it's 650 calories for an entire 11-inch pizza. And it's like only 60 grams of fat and or 60 grams of carbs, and then the fat's
that's a lot of fat.
I know. I didn't. If for those of you who know macros, that's a lot of fat. The 60 grams of carbs, and then the fat, I think maybe like under 20, I think. But pizza all the way. Oh my gosh. With ranch. I have to have ranch. So then I buy the Bolt House yogurt ranch dressing. See how I'm excited I am right now? Now I'm going to have to go get pizza tomorrow.
Save some for me. I've got 8 weeks and I'll have some. Don't worry.
Oh my gosh. You look
all
ripped,
right,
girl.
Thank you. I'll pass it to Anita. I know it's time to go.
Okay.
Awesome. Awesome. So you guys, you see how possible it is to have pizza and make it work on your on your diet, right? So it's when you have your pizza, make sure it's very colorful. Lots of veggies on it. So love this call, love this opportunity for us to all learn, get inspired. Leila, thank you so much for joining us. Absolutely just fired up. We're going to see you in 2 weeks in Phoenix. So those of you that are joining us, if you haven't already, today is the last day to register for the Nutrition Club training. So if you don't have your ticket yet and you are interested in going, it's $15. So fired up for that weekend, just casting the vision of really what's to come for our team, for our region, for all of it. And by region, I mean like Herbalife. So, because we are all over the place. We are an international company. You guys get fired up. This call inspire, how can you get new results, right? Leila started right off the door with like, you got to be consistently staying on your toes. Consistently staying on your toes. So what does that look like for you right now in your goals, in your journey? Because like she said, your clients know if you're not posting your food, they know you're not eating the stuff you're supposed to be. Because if you were, you'd be posting it. So get excited, get fired up, share, get accountable, post lots, find your accountability buddies, and let's make this happen, you guys. Let's go, let's go. Thank you so much. Happy Sunday. We will see you on the pages. Have an absolutely incredible holiday, which, just means an extra day for us to work for you guys that have a full-time job. So let's smash it out. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.